talked about effort after Sunday's game. You've got to like what you saw in that area, especially from the
Yeah,
guys
what'd you
put
think?
into
Pretty
the
good effort
game.
tonight, huh? Yeah, that's overstating the obvious, but yeah, that's what we said. We're talented enough. If the talent on our team brings the effort every game consistently, then we're going to get good results. We can't get caught up in the results, and that game couldn't have gone any better from the pitchers we put out there that really needed to pitch and have success. And Shane Ennis hasn't pitched in so long. Carter Camp hasn't pitched in so long. Tanner Campbell hadn't pitched in so long. And Kessler showed that he's capable of starting. And the guys coming off the bench just don't come off the bench and just let the game kind of finish itself. They played well, so that's super encouraging and super hard to do for those guys. So really, really proud of them.
We talk about that pitching. I know you're still weeks away from it, but how much will that sort of thing pay off when you get into, a conference tournament where you're going to have to get guys out there, day in and day out with the hope that you can last the whole week?
Yeah, you can't get through a conference tournament without going, 10 pitchers deep. You got to play 4 or 5 games in 4 or 5 days. So it's really nice to know that those guys can come in there and get out, and they've all had moments of brilliance at one point or another, and tonight was another one. So I'm really, really encouraged. We got a lot of games coming up here. We got 2 midweek games coming up next week, so that's a lot of innings to pitch. So those guys are out there competing for spots, and that makes everybody better.
Any other guys in the Big 12 that could be like Braden, who can play in the field, relieve, start if you need them to? Are there many guys like that in the league?
Not quite like Braden. Lucan Baker was a two-way guy last year, but comparing Zarb to Lucan Baker is the ultimate apples to oranges because he's a totally different player. But yeah, he's so comfortable standing in the box, and he's our shutdown guy at the end of games. And we've been trying to tell him for 2 years he has a chance to be an elite two-way player at the highest level of college baseball, and he's starting to do a lot of the right things, and it's starting to show up.
You can tell he's a coach's kid.
Oh yeah, for sure. He's got a really good feel for the game, and he's been worked really hard as he's been brought up, and it's just again, when Marcus Inman went down, you're looking for that guy to fill a spot, and Zarb's doing it. He's not. When he steps in the box, he's that guy that doesn't put a lot of fear in the opposing pitcher, but you're always pitching from the stretch after he hits, because he can wreak havoc on the bases, and he does a lot of good things for us.
There's some similarities between Brophy and Jackson. When Jackson was a freshman, McBroom was playing. He got a few at bats here and there, and just
Brophy has been hitting the ball really hard this whole season in his limited at bats. He's finally starting to get some hits. That guy could be probably hitting 400 if a couple of balls he smashed would have fell in. So that's really, really encouraging for him to go over there and make great plays at first base and swing. That guy's got a chance to be a really good player. That's the future of our program right there.
Texas Tech coming in here this weekend. I think in 2 of their last 4 games they've scored 20 or more runs. They're putting up a lot of runs this year.
Maybe their arms are tired, I know their legs are tired from running around the bases. So, that's one of the best college baseball teams out there and one of the best offensive teams. So we're going to have to do the same thing, carry that consistent effort that we've been given into that weekend and not worry too much about the results, just worry about the effort, and the results will be what they are.
Can a performance like this heading into a weekend series like that, maybe where everybody's involved, can that help build the confidence heading into?
Yeah, it's building mine. I'm not afraid to put any of those guys in the game at any time. So, it's like I said, Brophy goes over there and does what he does, and Zeitel playing great at second base, and that's super encouraging that you can use your whole bench, because that's rare when you have a team that you're not afraid to put every guy that's on the bench in the game and not miss too much.
You see this team, the opportunity that is ahead of them this weekend, that they understand that and can see, just a couple games back of TCU, a game behind Texas Tech, that they're right where they want to be this time of the year.
Yeah, we are. if you'd have told me when this thing started that we had this opportunity in front of us, I'd say, heck yeah, give it to us, and we'll take advantage of it. And hopefully we'll have some good crowds here this weekend. It's another top 5 team coming in here, and I like where we're at right now. It's going to be this weekend's going to be a grind, and they can really pitch, they can really hit and play defense. So, and they play with a little bit of an edge. We're going to have to match that edge that they've got. So, I'm looking forward to it. This is Big 12 baseball at its finest right here.
Get the baseball.
Yes,
Get the
sir, I
home run
did.
ball?
Yes, sir. At the end of the game, one of the pitchers, Connor Dotson, came down and bring it to me.
When I left your bat, you had a good idea that you got.
I honestly didn't think it was going out at all. I thought the wind was going to catch it. It was going to hit the wall. So I just started sprinting out of the box, and I just heard everybody cheering. I look over, and their left fielder's just walking back. So I was like, I guess it's gone. So I just started jogging.
I mean, to the team to get a game like this where you can score a lot of runs, get a lot of hits, have the pitchers.
Yeah,
pitch well
it's a
out
big confidence booster going into this weekend against a top 5 team. And found out that we can start swinging the bats really well. Pitchers, you can bring out anybody and they'll start attacking the zone. And it was just a great confidence booster.
What is the mentality of this group heading into that after the past 2 weekend series?
Just stick together. I mean, losses happen. Can't get too down, can't get too high from wins either. So the mentality is just stick together. We'll start swinging well again. Pitchers will start doing their jobs again. Just the main thing, stick together.
Randy made a comment on Sunday, play for the Mountaineers on the jersey. And what does that mean to this team at this point? All that you've been through and being so close last year to so many of your goals, that, there is still so much out there available for you to achieve.
I mean, last year stung a lot, so we just had to come out this year, start grinding early. And like he said, play for the Mountaineers. It's the whole state that we're playing for. There's really nobody else here that can say that. So just got to play for everybody ourselves. It's a big team game, so we just got to play for the team, play for the seniors, and most of all, just play for the state of West Virginia.
Coach Macy, I think he mentioned that he had told you he thought you could be an elite 2-way player in Division I college baseball. Did you believe him?
I
when he
believed
said
him.
that?
I mean, he's had so many 2-way guys that he's coached before, so I believed what he said, that they could turn me into a great 2-way guy, and it's not over yet. I mean, I still got some building to do. I still got a lot of practice to do with it, but so far he's done a great job with it.
Some guys would prefer to just concentrate on one aspect and be their best at that rather than try to do 2, but it sounds like you've embraced trying to excel at both.
Yeah, I mean, whatever is going to help the team that day, if it's going to do both, if it's just hitting, just pitching. It takes a lot of work, but it's fun.
So when they recruited you, that he made the point that he wanted you to try.
It was
to
like
do that.
summer ball one time. I beat out a ground ball to second. He's like, to my parents, he's like, okay, we're going to give this kid a chance to hit, because it was my 2-strike approach. And then out of nowhere, I just started hitting well. And then I came here as a pitcher, but they decided to turn me into 2-way and get me doing both, which I don't mind.